China and the U.S. are expected to exert more joint efforts to improve bilateral economic and trade ties. What are the expectations for U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen visit?
So this was the second time that Secretary Yellen has been to China in the last 12 months. Second time she also met with the business community. This time she had, I think, a larger schedule. She's in Guangzhou and Beijing this time. And she had said that, where we are with relations now versus a year ago, definitely U.S.-China are having better relations, more detailed discussions. One of the things that's happened in the last year was that U.S.-China have set up a number of dialogue mechanisms, and there's a couple with the Treasury Department, and she did mention that there have been a number of good discussions between the U.S. Treasury Department and their counterparts in China, including broad ones and also technical discussions.
The American Chamber of Commerce in China reported that a significant number of surveyed American enterprises expect improved profitability in China, with over 50% considering China as their top investment destination or one of their top 3 choices. So what are your observations?
Right. So, many of the world's most advanced manufacturing goes through China. So China continues to be a place where U.S. companies have invested long term, and they continue to see success in terms of global supply chains and manufacturing. But certainly, climate is an area where U.S. and China can cooperate. It's very important. We're sort of the 2 world's largest economies, also 2 of the largest carbon emitters. So we need to work together to make sure that we're also tackling climate change. And if other countries see the U.S. and China take seriously commitments there, then that will, number 1, it'll move the needle, but 2, will also lead the way for others to follow our example. So it's very clear to us who work here that China is trying to make itself more attractive for investment. Last August, there were the 24 measures which were announced, and we're following that closely. We do understand that China wants to be an attractive destination for foreign investment, and so one of the things that AmCham China can do is we continue to give feedback from our companies about where we have challenges. Well, many American companies are in China partially to produce, but another group are here because of Chinese consumers. And so, many companies continue to see China as a market with potential to consume. And so, all countries go through economic ups and downs, and certainly we're rooting for China to see its economy grow, and we hope that much of that comes through consumption as well as just production.
What other expectations are there for Sino-U.S. relations, and in which areas of cooperation will there be new breakthroughs in the future?
Right. Well, I think first of all, Secretary Yellen said this, and others have said this as well. The U.S. and China have very robust trade. Each of them is a very significant trade partner for the other, so there's plenty for us to gain through two-way trade in both directions. Also, there are a number of issues that the U.S. and China are critical for the globe in terms of climate and other issues where if the U.S. and China don't cooperate, no one can make progress.